As Marilyn Coleman takes in the natural beauty of Lewis Ginter Botanical Gardens, it's almost impossible to believe that just a year earlier she lay in a hospital bed, fearing for her life. At that time, she was moments away from having one of her vital organs removed from her body.
Was I making the right decision? Would I be there for my kids? My daughter was getting ready to go off to college. So I delayed my surgery, but I was just wanting to be reassured and wanting her to be reassured that Mom was going to be okay.
Marilyn was in a bind, an otherwise healthy and vibrant woman surrounded by a tightly knit family. She has been living with chronic pancreatitis since 1999. The painful attacks came and went, but when they did appear,
it was unbearable. And usually when it came on, I got to the point that, especially if I was at work, I would just shut my computer down. I would either call my husband to come pick me up, and I would go home and just take pain medication. Or just sleep it off and just not eat, and I would just be on a liquid diet for several days.
Marilyn's greatest fear was the unknown, removing her pancreas, implanting islet cells necessary for producing insulin. What does all that mean? Soon, she learned it all.
We remove their pancreas. The concept of saving the islets is so that if by taking their pancreas out, we don't create horrible diabetes. So even though their pancreas is gone, their ability to keep their blood sugar within range is still acceptable. Whether they need supplemental insulin or not is almost a secondary consideration.
The VCU transplant team took Marilyn through the process, step by step. She learned that after removing her pancreas, the transplant team would send it to the Pancreatic Islet Cell Laboratory just a few blocks from the operating room. From there, lab technicians would remove the islet cells from her pancreas, wash them, then place them in an IV bag. The bag would be brought back to the operating room, and Dr. Marilyn Levy would infuse the islet cells into her liver. Now in her liver, the islet cells would then carry on their duty of creating insulin, effectively preventing severe diabetes.
That they put that much time in providing the information in a way that anybody could understand. And that's what drew me.
Marilyn's fear transformed into hope and determination. The surgery was a success. The islets are doing their job. Marilyn and her husband Antonio are now taking it all in.
My husband has been there from the beginning to the end. He says he's okay, but he always wanted to make sure Marilyn was okay. Are you okay?
Despite all its complexities, the core philosophy behind the Hume-Lee patient education method is quite simple: compassion. This team, these professionals, chose medicine to make it possible for someone like Marilyn Coleman to sit outside and share a meal with her husband, free from all that fear.
Patients with chronic pancreatitis, chronic pain and inflammation from their pancreas, who really are, if you will, at the end of their rope on how to be treated. The cell transplants and the reinfusion of the islets, all of that gets the attention, and that's the sexy part and sort of the Star Wars aspect of what we do. And it's important to be sure, but the fundamentals are that we're trying to treat chronic pain, relieve chronic pain, get people off of what are often tremendous doses of narcotics.
It feels awesome. It's a good accomplishment for the team, and when we hear testimonials from the patient, it just feels like it's a motivation for us to do more and more for all these patients.
You really become attached to the patient, get to know them. It's very personal, and it's almost like a family, so it's pretty incredible.
I feel like I'm no longer in a cave, but I'm outside of that. My spirit has been uplifted. And so it's a beautiful thing. Life is beautiful.